Hi Flosstube, Ashley or Buggy Stitcher here, just coming to you guys with another weekly update to go over some stitching progress and some new projects and just things that are going on. So here we go. I have been working on some newer projects to you guys. I haven't brought these projects out in a while. These are ones that have been kind of sitting in the cupboard, but I've just been feeling like a stronger urge to work on them. So I had mentioned, what everyone wanted to, or asked what everyone wanted me to work on and or like do a stitch with me. I didn't end up doing a stitch with me, but of course, the vote was to bring back Mini Beloved. So I brought him out. And holy cow, this sucker has so much black. Let me tell you, there's like 15,000 stitches of black on this one. So that's all I did was black, but I did get a fair bit done. So here we are. Sorry for the wrinkles. Here we go. So what I did is I really just worked on black all the way here. And what I did with this, so this is one of my only projects that is full crosses right now, on 28 count. And I was doing full crosses over here and decided I love 10 stitch. I am like, I'm converted. So I decided for the hair at least, I'm gonna do 10 stitch, which is what I did over here. Hopefully you can see it okay. Yeah, so that black in the hair is all 10 stitch with 2 strands instead of 1 strand full cross, which is everything else. So I might honestly finish this pattern with just 10 stitch because I absolutely love it. It goes so fast. It's amazing. I stitched like 1,000 stitches on just the hair alone, like in one day. I've stitched more than that too. I stitched a couple other days on this, but it goes so fast and I love it. So anyway, Mini Beloved here. And isn't he just, oh, he's so handsome. I love it. Here we go. There's that one. I didn't work on too many products today because I worked on, 2 of the same for the most part. I did stitch, 200 stitches on Treasure Hunt Bookshelf, but not enough to show, so I won't even bother. But I did that. And then, so I brought out one of my other ones. So, a little backstory here. I've convinced my mom to start cross stitching. So she used to cross stitch previously, like when I was way little, but she hasn't picked it up, and I convinced her to buy a stamped kit. So because of that, of course, I was online shopping and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And while I was talking to her, I was talking about how I have my project Mini Mint and Roses off Heaven Earth Designs. It's a picture of a very pale red-headed woman with dragons. Beautiful, beautiful picture. But I started stitching her and I didn't like her. So I started stitching her on something else and I didn't like her. And so I started stitching her on something else and I didn't like her. And then after talking to my mom, she convinced me that it's all in my head and that I should just keep stitching on her. So I'll show you what she looked like on the 28 count even weave, and then talk about like my problems with that. So this is what she looked like when I first started working on her. Obviously you can't see her yet, this is still just background. And it seems like I always start projects like 3 times before I actually get going on them. I don't know what it is, but I'll start it, stop it, start it, stop it. Won't be satisfied, and it's always the 3rd time that ends up working out. So anyway, this is my 3rd time working on her, and I'm loving her. You'll see by my progress. But anyway, this was her. So as you can see, I'm getting a ton of column lines, and this was one of my first projects. I was working full cross, 1 strand on this 28 count even weave swag heart, like a, I don't know if it shows up on camera very well, but it's like a robin blue. And you can see the back, you can see why the lines are coming. So normally when I stitch cross stitch, stitch cross country, I do a box and then go over, do a box, then go over. I just recently started doing a box but trailing in some of the stitches over here and doing as light of tension as I possibly can. between boxes, and that seems to be helping. But honestly, if I feel like, and it just might be me, maybe someone else, I don't know, but it seems like the higher count fabrics, like 28 count, 25 count, 22 count sometimes even, tend to show the column lines a lot more than your lower count fabrics like 14 and 18. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, but that just seems to be true for me and my tension apparently. I think I might have pretty tight tension, but I've tried to kind of play with it and it all comes out the same. So I think it's just the way I stitch. But anyway, I could not keep working on her with those column lines. It was driving me absolutely crazy. And I had Pattern Keeper. So what I did is I wiped the Pattern Keeper pattern off and then started working on her on 14 count. Now I don't have any 14 count projects. This is my only one. And I'll show you with my hands covering my stitching progress. This is what it looked like. So as you can see the fabric through the stitches. This is 2 strands, full cross on 14 count, and yeah, you see the fabric. And I don't like it when you can see the fabric. I don't know, it bugs the heck out of me. Now I know if you scoop back, you can't see it as bad. And in some lightings, you can't see it as bad too. Like if I'm right in front of the sun right now, so you can see it. But if you move it, kind of block it a little bit, block some of the light, you can't see the fabric quite as bad. So anyway, I had started stitching on her on 14 count and I wasn't satisfied seeing all the fabric. I started doing some more research, worked on other projects. I just brought her back out because I could not stop looking at it. I was like, when I look at it down like this, I don't see any fabric. I know. When I have my night lamp on, I see fabric. Just during the day where it would be like sitting up in a frame, I don't see it. So, and I've seen people's projects on 14 count using 2 strands and they're beautiful. They're beautiful on Instagram, they're beautiful, whatever. So YouTube. So I decided I'm gonna keep doing this. So let me show you my stitching project on her. I think I'm gonna keep her in the hoop because there's not much past the hoop that I've done, but I worked on her a lot. So on 14 count, you can see this is the size of her on the 28 count. It goes about like down here like this. On 14 count, a lot bigger. It's huge. It's always big with me, always. This is even a mini. It's mini Mint and Roses pattern. Mini! I think it's like 260 by 300 some odd stitches. Not even, it's really small for what I normally do, but whatever, I don't care. Anyway, so this is all of the progress that I've done so far. So I've just been working on one color, 500, and I've just been going crazy. And even showing you guys right here, it looks really good. It looks really good, but for some reason, I don't like the fabric coming through, but it's just the lighting. Because when I look at it down like this, it's really not that bad, and only if I look at it at a certain angle. So I don't think it's gonna be that bad when I stitch it and frame it. So I'm sucking it up and I'm working on it, and I'm actually really liking it now. So this will definitely be in my rotation going forward. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oof. Anyway, but it's funny to see, you can see some of the like detail right here, whereas how it differs, blowing it up and not blowing it up. So here's what this looks like over here, which is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It just makes it so much bigger. So, I mean, on this one I do have some other colors filled in that I don't here, but it's crazy how defined the stitches are on here versus how defined or not defined they are on here. Here, it just looks like a block of color. Whereas here, you can see all of the X's. And I kind of like it. I kind of like that you can see the X's. Now, this is one I decided to stick with full cross because of the stitch count. I didn't want to do 4 strands. Oh, sorry, I keep yawning. I couldn't bring myself to do 4 strands of floss for all of this fabric. Way too much, way too much. So I decided to just do full cross, and I'm actually loving it. I'm loving it, I'm loving it, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Anyway, so that's most of the project that I've gotten done, is just those 2 right there. again, I think I stitched 200 or 300 stitches on Treasure Hunt Bookshelf, but not really enough for you guys to even see what I did. And then I stitched the same amount on In This Moment, but again, not enough for you guys to actually see like what it looks like. You guys are gonna look at the two videos and be like, there's no difference. Did you even do anything? So I'm not even gonna show them. But what I have been up to this week is last week I talked about changing my storage for my floss. I attempted to make my own floss cards, and I did make those cherry box ones, and they're fine, but they're very floppy. If I go to like comb my fingers through the floss, they definitely, you can see the color go, like I'm fishing or something. So I did break down and decided to buy some floss cards, some plastic colored floss cards from AliExpress. They're not going to be here for a little bit. I think I still have maybe 1 or 2 weeks left, but they are on their way. So I got 20 of them, and I think each of them have, I think each has 30 colors, 15 on each side. So it'll definitely be good because I want to kit up each project that I have that I'm actually working on. So I have their separate yarn, floss stash with that pattern, with that hoop, with that needle and needle minder and all that fun stuff, all in its own bag. So that way I have several bags. Don't take up quite as much space as a giant box or several boxes full of other things. So, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I keep yawning. I'm drinking coffee, I swear. Anyway, so I am waiting for those so I can finish kitting everything up. I've only kitted up In This Moment, and then I'm gonna switch that to plastic card too. But most of my patterns come with 80 to 90 colors, minus the Treasure Hunt Bookshelf, which comes with 199 or 200. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for those. But in the meantime, I didn't have any bags. I could have used Ziploc bags, but I don't know. I kind of like pretty things. So I decided to make a bunch of bags. So I'll show you guys the project bags I just kind of threw together. Each of them was a fat quarter and a 9-inch zipper -2, which I'll show you guys. But these are my bags. So a lot of them I made a color on one side and a color on the other, and the inside is exactly the same. But they're very long to account for the floss cards, and they can also fit a hoop too. So I just decided that would be best. So that's one bag. Oh, here comes my son. He's waking up from a nap. Here's another. And another. I just love them so much. Oh, here he comes. Hold on one sec. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Almost done with the video. Anyway, here's another one that I made. Rainbow kitties. And I think this one might have a different inside color. Oh no, this one doesn't. But rainbow kitties. So there's that one. This one's the same color on both sides. And then this one has the different color on the inside. It's rainbow owls. Isn't that just so cute? Oh, I'm a sucker for cute fabrics. And, oh, I'm just a sucker. It's terrible. And then I decided, so when I heard my mom actually ordered a stamped kit, I decided, you know, those stamped kits that she got a 50 by 70 centimeters, so it's gonna be really large. So we needed a bag big enough to fit that stuff. And I also ordered some too that I'm waiting to get. So I decided to make her a bag so I can make her goodies. There you go. Spoiler, Mom. In case you didn't already know, I'm making goodies. Anyway, so I made her a bag. This one is mine though. I did make a giant bag for, you know, some of mine. I gotta make more because, you know, I bought a lot of things recently. But here's this one. Again, I love how the fabrics just like turned out. So here's my big bag. It should fit everything, as far as like all of that floss and that giant project. And then here is my mom's that I made her. I'll let her pick her fabric. So same rainbow. Sorry, I didn't iron. I don't like ironing for some reason. Anyway, terrible for a sewist, but whatever. So there's her color, but she wanted the dragonflies. which I don't blame her because it's one of my favorite fabrics. I love dragonflies, but, and again, it's big. Here's like the size. This one I think is a 14-inch zipper, and I kind of tapered at the top a little, and then I cut out each bottom. So it kind of almost like a standing look to it. Anyway, I'm not the greatest sewer or anything. Just whipped them together. And that's it. Oh, I did, I don't have it here to show you guys, but I did pull out my Q-snaps for my stamped cross stitch. Again, I don't have the stamped cross stitch kits yet, but I'm getting ready to get them because I'm so excited. I think I got a mixture between 11 counts and 14 counts, and both of them have kind of a hard time getting in my frames, especially stamped kits because it seems to be a little bit thicker. So, in my hoops. So I decided to get my Q-snap out, but when I got it out, all I had was an 11 by 11, no, an 8 by 8, and I don't like square. I don't like stitching on a square. It's really hard for me. I like circle or oval or rectangle, that works too. So what I did is about one more Q-snap being, no, I guess it was, my Q-snap is 11 by 11, and I just recently bought an 8 by 8. So what I did is I mixed my 11-inch by 8-inch, so it would be a rectangle, and then that allowed me to have 2 Q-snaps that I can use because I only use 2 legs of each one. So I am going to be letting my mom use the extra one that I put up because she's starting from scratch. So she'll use that Q-snap, I'll use mine, and then I also have my roller frames. So my scroll frames, let's call them scroll frames because it's not technically the roller frame brand. But yeah, so I'm getting all that stuff ready to get over to her. I'm getting all my stuff ready for when I get all my stuff. I'll share the link with you guys on what I get and where I got everything as soon as I get everything. I just want to get them and see if they turned out good or what have you, and if not, then I guess I'll probably let you guys know like how that turned out, and I'll do some stitch with me's when I get them. But again, it's been a really long time since I've done a stamped kit, and I've only done one. So anyway, that's it for this week. So I hope you all have a great stitching rest of your week and weekend. Get a lot of stitching done, get some relaxation. It'll be really nice. And until next time, take care. Bye.